So around the late 1990s, I was in number 4 support wing. I was on my apprenticeship in the spray shop, and there was a restoration going on of the Avro 19, which is now in the collection in the museum. It was going on in the hangar, and I took part in that, small bits, doing a bit of painting and stuff. But I went off to college. I came back, and the aircraft had gone. I can't remember where I had gone at the time, but then I went to Kosovo in 2000, and when I came back from 2000, I decided to do a degree at night in Maynooth, a history degree, which I love. That ended up being a master's, but in that period, between 2000 to 2001, I went to Conor Fry, who was Chief of Air Staff Operations at the time, and I said, look, I'm doing this degree at night, it's history, I'd like to start saving and collecting material from around the camp to try and tell the story. And he goes, yeah, no hassle. So that was the kind of the seed moment of it. He said permission was granted to me, so I was waiting with that. I put a rope around the centre, and then I started putting the exhibits in there, cleaning them up as best I could, trying to put them in chronological order, which was kind of difficult. So from 2001 up to today, which is 23 years later, the Aircraft Museum, the hangar itself filled up with all the collections we have in there, which is the aircraft, the engines, the uniforms, logbooks, photographs, charts, weapons. There's also archival projects been going on over the last 10 or 15 years. I've been working in conjunction with military archives on that. So anything I find that gives a documentary resource to the history of the Air Corps and military aviation in Ireland, I've collected them, listed them, and processed them into archives, and they put them into the Air Corps Museum collection. Since 2015, 2016, I've been collecting oral history interviews on the Air Corps, but across the whole Defence Forces, from retired and serving personnel and their families. So I've collected 272 at the moment. So there's thousands of hours of oral testimony in there and associated documentation. Okay, so as I said, we have about a dozen vintage aircraft. The earliest aircraft I have down there is the Avro Cadet biplane number 6, the C7, which came to Baldon in 1935, but they'd been serving in Bal. That was bought as a replacement for one that crashed, but they'd been here since the early 30s. We've got the Avro 19. The version I have, 141, came to Baldon. They came in 1946. They were the civilian spec, if you like, of the Avro Anson 1, which is the military spec. They came in 1937 and served throughout the emergency in reconnaissance and training. And we've also got a full-size replica of the Wright brothers aircraft. And as far as I know, that's the only one on the island of Ireland. So that's going to be a big draw to whoever gets it. And if you ever get a museum here, it will be a big draw for people to come to Baldon to see that. We've also got a Fuga Magister. They came in around 1975 and served up to the turn of the century, maybe 1999. Alouette 3, I have an Alouette 3 tail booms, 2 of them, signatures of people who served in the unit over the years. And some of them have passed away, and some of them are real heroes. There's also 195, Alouette 195, which is in the apprentice school hangar. That's kind of semi on the Air Corps Museum collection, but it'll stay here in the apprentice school. And 195 is very, very important because that's the first Alouette aircraft to arrive in the Air Corps in 1963. And those the helicopters that did all the hard work and hard lifting and saving lives. Major part of Irish military aviation and Air Corps history. So we have also 2 Cessnas. One is in the school, in the apprentice school, and they also have one in the Air Corps Museum. So the Alouette would have been 43 years in service in the Air Corps. That was the longest serving Air Corps aircraft for a while until the Cessnas retired. In 2019 the Cessnas retired, and they were 47 years in service. I've also got the Havilland Chipmunk, which was a basic train that came in the early 50s, and the Havilland Vampire jet. You know, so we've 2 jets, the Vampire jet, 1956. The reason we have the concrete runways in Baldon was the Vampires were coming in 1956 as advanced jet trainers to replace aircraft like the Hurricanes, the Seafires and the Spitfires. So the jets can't land on grass to take off, so you had to put concrete runways in. So in the cabinets we've about close to 700 or 800 model aircraft of all types, but there's a big collection of model aircraft that depict Irish military aviation history. going back to the First World War and the inception of the Air Corps, at the inception of the state. We've a SIFT. We've two simulators, very old. The King Air, the SIFT simulator is in the corner there, and we've also got a Lynx trainer, which is the one with all the old valves and all that. And the pilots from back then would tell me they'd be in there for half an hour, and they came out on the over for line suit would be stuck to them with the sweat, because it's like the old TV valves. As I said, we've got all kinds of engines from those aircraft. We've got the Cheetah, the Alvis Leonidas radial engines. We've a Merlin 66, which was in the Spitfires. We've got a Napier Dagger, which is a very unique one, and that's cut away, but I think there's only one of 4 of them in existence. That was great to be involved in doing research for people on look, I'd have a great knowledge of the Air Corps and military aviation and Irish history in general, but I always learn something new when I'm researching. And it's not the artefacts. The artefacts tell the story, or help tell the story. It's tangible, but the story behind them is amazing. I love stories.
Yeah.
You know, and when you tell people a genuine story, you always get this, like, oh, slack-jawed, like, you know, that's unbelievable. And that's one of the powerful things about the Air Corps and the museum, because you can, if you have something to show them and you tell them the story, they make the link.